How's it going, everybody? This is Top Driver. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome back to another video. Alright, it's time for a top 5 video, which I haven't done in a while, but I'm bringing it back today, and today I'm going to share with you my 5 favorite cartoon shows of all time. Yes, I know this might be a little bit ridiculous of a topic, but as a kid, I used to watch a ton of cartoons, so I'm sure all of you did as well. So I thought I'd share with you the 5, in my opinion, that stand out as my all-time favorites. And this doesn't just relate to only the new ones. I'm also talking about old cartoons, even adult cartoons or something like that. You know, anything that is a cartoon show that has cartoons, it counts as part of this list. So obviously, these are just some of my favorite ones overall, but again, I'm sure many of you may have favorites that are not in this list, so if you have a favorite cartoon of your own, feel free to let me know down in the comments below what those are. But for right now, let's get to my list. At number 5 is the only adult cartoon show on my countdown, and it is Family Guy. Now, I have not seen this show in such a long time, and yes, I say in such a long time because, believe it or not, I remember watching this show when it was on Adult Swim as a kid. Yes, I do say that. As a 10 or 12-year-old at the time, I did actually watch Adult Swim. And the reason why I say it is a good adult cartoon is obviously because of all of the action that takes place. You know, you don't get a cartoon like this where there's a little bit of profanity and maybe even a little bit of ridiculous stuff that goes on at times. This was it right here. And obviously, though, it is still a pretty good family-friendly cartoon show for its time. And I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. Trust me, I dug it quite a bit. I mean, I don't remember any of the names of many of the major characters that are on that show, but I still see snippets of that cartoon on the internet all the time. Obviously, I know that it is still active today. It is on Fox, obviously, and so who knows, maybe in the near future I might watch it again. By the way, though, well, the time that I was watching Adult Swim, and yes, obviously it is bizarre me watching Adult Swim as a 10 to 12-year-old, obviously, it still was such a great show during my time as a kid, and so obviously that is exactly why it is on this list. At number 4 is the only one from the Disney Channel that's on this list. It is Phineas and Furb. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really like this show that much. I mean, I'm not really that much of a fan of shows on the Disney Channel anymore. In fact, I haven't even watched the Disney Channel in like a decade or two almost, but still, Phineas and Furb was probably one of the few good ones there was on there. Obviously, we all know the show. It's about these 2 kids that are on summer vacation, and every single season, every single episode there was, they're usually doing these crazy and wild things that obviously I wish I did when I was a kid. Who knows, maybe I might do that as an adult. But literally every single episode, it brings a valuable lesson and ultimately something new. So yeah, if you're wondering why do I even have it on this list, even though I'm not much of a fan of it, it's because for some reason I feel like it does have a little bit more quality entertainment than Family Guy does, especially, you know, for the younger generation, obviously. You know, for a cartoon show that is on the Disney Channel, I definitely feel like that Phineas and Ferb does bring that good amount of quality entertainment that most other shows on that network usually was. And that's usually not saying much because the quality of Disney Channel, it has declined dramatically as of recently. But yeah, either way, it was one of the few good ones on the Disney Channel during my time watching it, and so obviously that's exactly why I have it as number 4 on this list. At number 3, it is Total Drama Island. Now, this is a show that was on Cartoon Network on 2008, and ultimately it did spawn a couple of sequels, which is Total Drama World Tour and Total Drama Action. However, those 2 did not do as well as the original one, and there is an exact reason why. This show is actually a reality TV based cartoon show, which means obviously it's just like most other reality TV shows, only this is more animated, but it basically goes just like all the other reality TV shows. Obviously, there's a few contestants and they're basically fighting all the way to the end to become the winner of their particular season. And yes, there is a little bit of an adult-like stuff that is going on during the show, just like Family Guy as well. Now, as far as I know, I believe the show was recently brought back. I believe, obviously, there's now sort of a reboot that's going on, but I don't know exactly what channel that is because I know it's definitely not Cartoon Network. For those that have seen it, if you know exactly what channel it is, or if you can find a way to actually watch it for free online, let me know down in the comments where I can find it, because I definitely want to catch up on it and see exactly what those new seasons of Total Drama Island are like, because if it's anything like the old one, hey, maybe it might be enjoyable to watch. By the way, for the one season that I did see on Cartoon Network in 2008, it was one of the very few shows during that time of year that I really looked forward to watching, in a year that proved to be pretty terrible for me personally, but either way, it is on this list, and it is number 3. At number 2 is The Very Odd Parents. Now, this was probably one of my all-time favorite shows growing up. It's not as good as number 1 though, and I'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But The Very Odd Parents does have a very special place in my heart. Obviously, the synopsis follows Timmy Turner, and obviously, he has his 2 fairies, Cosmo and Wanda, and obviously, when he is down, he obviously gets the chance to wish up some of his favorite things. Obviously, he gets his wishes granted by these fairies, and literally, he just has a whole lot of fun doing so. And then also, he gets to visit Fairy World every now and then, gets to see all the other fairies, and really, it's just such a good show. Now, there is a reboot that is now on Nickelodeon and Nicktoons, obviously. It's more of like a live action Very Odd Parents remake. I believe they also made at one point an actual remake in which they use actual humans instead of cartoons. That one didn't do so well, and I haven't really seen the new version of Very Odd Parents as of recently, so I will check that out when I have some time, and hopefully that one is pretty good. But yeah, there is nothing that tops the original Very Odd Parents. I remember watching that when I was a kid, and I would dig it all the time, and I really enjoy that show. I still have no idea why they canceled that show after 2016, because that show has a special place in my heart. But no cartoon has a special place in my heart as the one that is in number 1. It is my all-time favorite cartoon show, and yes, it is a guilty pleasure. I still watch it to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. It is SpongeBob SquarePants. Seriously, who does not love SpongeBob SquarePants? Outside my 2 younger sisters, it is obviously the greatest cartoon show of all time. So many people watch it nowadays. Obviously, it's about SpongeBob and all of his friends under the sea in Bikini Bottom, obviously getting to do a lot of fun stuff, and literally every single episode of SpongeBob that's released, it is a must-watch. It is now 25 years old because it first started in July of 1999, and it is still going strong to this day. 3 movies to go along with it as well, and trust me, this cartoon is literally a giant in the animated industry. There is a reason why SpongeBob SquarePants is so beloved by kids and adults alike, and that is exactly the reason why. I don't know, maybe I might need to propose to my job that we do the SpongeBob SquarePants movie in concert at some point in the near future. I don't know, we'll probably take a look at that in the near future. But either way though, SpongeBob SquarePants, it has a special place in my heart. It is my all-time favorite cartoon show, and that's exactly why it tops my list of all-time favorite cartoon shows. And so that's gonna do it. Obviously, those are my 5 favorites right there, but obviously I know some of you guys, kids or adults that are watching this, I'm sure you might have some of your favorites as well. So I'd like to hear from you. What are some of your all-time favorite cartoon shows? Is it one that's on this list that I presented today, or is it one that was not? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be more than interested in hearing your opinions about it. And yes, adult cartoon shows count as well. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. Comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's vlogs, projects, or challenges, you name it, leave it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you're having a great day. As always, I hope to see you all again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.